So I think we are live now. So hey guys, hope you had a wonderful weekend and you're enjoying the summer Sunday. So we have another brand new talk show about can you be doing some smart work and getting the job done. So we have today with us Ramya, who will be discussing about hard work and smart work thing. But we won't have a debate kind of a thing, but we will have some discussion and then we will throw some light on various aspects of smart work and hard work. So thank you, Rama, for being with us and joining this session. So thank you guys for joining as well. So we have some few people watching live. So there are many people will be joining us. So Rami, can you quickly tell about your story, what do you do and stuff, and then we will continue. Okay.
Yeah. Hey guys, good evening. So this is Ramya. I work as an associate software engineer at Emphasis, and it's been a year for now. And yeah, it's about me.
Okay, fine. So first, I will start off with your thoughts on smart work, and then we will go with a few questions, and then we will move.
Yes, sure. So yeah, let me. Okay, our point is like, can smart work get us to the point where we want? So let me put up the question the other way around. What else other than smart work would let us to the point where you need to? Certain group of opinion might voice out to hard work. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't deny. I mean, like, I don't think anybody would deny the fact that smart work won't like take you to the point. Even those who believe in hard work won't deny the fact about this. Let me not degrade the opinion, as Santosh said. This is not a debate kind of thing. So, what I would like to tell you is, I would just put in my points of views on smart work to inculcate a new process to approach to get it quickly and efficiently. So the smart work need not be confined in some kind of innovation or technology always. It can begin with, it can be dealt with any basic simple work you do. So it is rightly said, not what work you do, it's how you work is what all that matters in achieving your success, which means to
yeah,
which
true.
what you need to do. Yeah, it's like how approach is what is baseline. So I just happened to watch a link which just said hacking ways to crack an egg. When crack and boiled egg, I was like wondering what's hacking doing here. When I happened to watch it, he literally cracked it in less than 10 seconds. So I was like, yeah, smartness is what he did it in his point of view, in his point of time. That is smartness, right?
Yeah,
He did it. So it was in his aspect, he did it quickly and he was efficient in doing it, and that is what smart according to him. So of course, all to all of us, that is what smartness is, how quickly you do. So quick and efficient goes hand in hand. uh, you approach it quickly, you do it efficiently, and you're halfway there. So
yeah,
yeah, and we do know a lot of smart technologies coming up, like right from commuting apps to food delivery apps. We do have a lot of technologies, so that has reduced a lot of hard work. But what we don't know is the smart brains behind it. Like at the back end, we do have many smart brains, which has reduced the hard work of many thousands of people. Um, and yeah, and many a times smart work comes from laziness. If you people can agree, you're somewhere lazy, but you need to complete an assigned task. You will obviously make an effort to, you do an easy way to complete the task, and that easy way is all smartness is. As there's a saying of Bill Gates, which goes like this: like, if you I would always prefer a lazy person to do a hard job, because he will obviously think of an easy way to complete it. So that is what smartness is all about, is right. And uh, and we all ultimately, we ultimately like, we do it for success. Don't we need it quicker? Like, who doesn't want success quicker, right? So um, yeah, we do it, we do need it quicker. And yeah, what is Santosh?
okay, fine. So smart work is kind of where let's take a classic example of in olden ages. So when Stone Age started, so man started inventing few things for ease of use. and certain things made life simpler. Let's take example of a cart where you put some stones, or you take up some vegetables, or you drag that into your house or the place wherever it is necessary. So that is the smart work that he did. And the evolution of that is the cars and the automobile industry, entire automobile industry. So that is the kind of smart work that we put in, and it, as the time goes, and it develops into something new, and it develops into something that is useful for the entire humankind. So if that doesn't evolve, let's take if he didn't have the idea of creating the car thing, so what will happen to the automobile industry? I think there may be someone who is smarter, like after the stone age, and take the iron age, and after the age is passed, and you will have someone at least to leverage that and solve that particular problem. And smart work is another thing. When it comes to smart work, it is result oriented thing. When hard work is considered, and many things require smart work, and certain things you will get only with hard work. Let's take an example. You cannot win a race by smart work. So but there are few things that you can do to make your work easier. So let's take another example of an athlete. So he's sprinting for 100 meters, and he's trying to beat Hussein Bolt. So let's with the help of technology, with the help of the advanced technology that we have, we are you know there is a video which I saw, where you predict, or you have this hologram of how the athletes run. So each and every second is recorded in their high definition camera, and they render it in their machine learning model, which says what is the difference, or what kind of differentiation factors that these athletes have. So let's take Usain Bolt and someone who is in the track. So the each and every step, or each and every move that he makes, so that makes a difference, right? So even a millisecond could result in a win or lose situation. So at that time, you train hard. So you go to the field, you run hard, you do all the pre-trainings, the kind of stuff, and you get a awesome coach who coaches you in a great way, and he's making you achieve things. And with some kind of technology, you are evolving yourself, or you are enhancing, or you are trying to make yourself smarter by using the technology which others doesn't. So Usain Bolt, he trains harder. Like he's an hardworking guy. Let's take. So we have another smart working guy who takes the trial of him. Like he takes the input from him, and tries to replicate what he has done. So he's trying to be at same height as him, and he's trying to take the same footsteps as at the starting of Usain Bolt's run, and he's trying to kind of manipulate, or trying to kind of having some similarity factors that both have in common. So those kind of situations, or which or those have the smart work involved. So smart work is really necessary in today's world. Let's take another quick question, and then we will continue. So what is the definition of smart work and hard work? So smart work is where you put effort, and you wait for the results to come in. So there is, you are going for a 9 to 5 job. Let's take a classic example. So many of us are going to a 9 to 5 job, and you are side hustle, like if you do freelancing, or you invest your money in stock market or Bitcoin, or you trade Bitcoin, or you do a number of stuff. So the hard work is where you put it in 9 to 5. Let's take 9 to 5 job, you put the entire hard work, and your side hustle maybe freelancing and other stuff, and you have a smart way of doing things. So when it takes to smart work, it should be specific in nature. So you put an effort at a smaller steps, so you don't want to lose big. So many people, they just put in the money, and then they lose it. And that is the reality. Many people doesn't know the they don't measure the market well. So many investors in stock market are, they don't invest heavily. They invest in many n number of indexes or funds. That is the way to uh, separate their money and invest it, and that is protective in nature. So that is the kind of smart work that these days are giving us. And hard work, when it comes to hard work may be the one which you have to, that is the only way, that is the only go to way. Let's take the classic athlete example itself. You have to put in the effort. There is no way of you know athlete becoming there is no way to become a uh, there is no way to become athlete in a single day, or as in a night you cannot be an athlete, or there is no smarter way of doing that. So certain things require hard work, and you have to put consistent efforts, and you have to take in a lot of failures, and that's the way to achieve things. So what's your view on hard work and smart work, like a quick definition kind of a thing?
Yeah, what
What would you
I
like to
think,
say?
yeah, what I think, what defines is hard work needs, like smart work comes from confidence, and that confidence, what gives you is hard work. You do it regularly, only then you build that confidence, and that is what you need to put in for smart work, right? And you need to be expertise on a subject to make smart moves. To otherwise you just cannot make an approach towards smart work, and that confidence what boosts in you is what hard work gives you.
Yeah, that's great. So, do you think like many people put in hard work to achieve success? So there are a number of examples in corporate world where they don't put any effort, but they get the credit for that. Like let's say you are in a team where you put the constant effort and building something, and most probably the end product or the end thing will go, end credit goes to the company, and you don't get any credit for that. But the company in turn gives you some perks or some kind of promotion kind of a thing, or which kind of helps you a lot in building yourself and doing such things. So there are at times we take in these hard work effort to achieve success, and most people don't. Like if someone is credited for your hard work, and you are not, they know that they are not the right person to be credited, but they are credited for that. So how will you take that, like from hard work perspective?
Okay, from hard work perspective, like it, hard work success is not always guaranteed, right? It takes time to attain success. So in that case, making a smart move, make a smart move, it could reach better.
Yeah. So we'll take another classical example where smart work is involved. Let's take an example of producing dairy products. So the farmer or who is growing the cows and who is getting the milk out of them directly have some factory or have some kind of process done, and then he sells the milk at minimal cost. And if the same milk is given to a big dairy farm, let's take there are a number of dairy farms, so you put there, and they make they pasteurize and do something, and they preservatives are added, and that turns into an even more valuable product. So the smart work involved is that they are not having awareness of doing that in a smarter way. They are hardworking people, but they don't do it in a smarter way. So the smartness is lagging, where people tend to be hardworking, but they don't use the smartness. So they have the hard work and they work a lot, but they don't work in a smarter way. So that is the kind of environment that we have. So what's your take on that? Should people work in a smarter way, or just the hard work will do the job?
Anything which says like, united we stand and divided we fall, right? We know that. So whatever the work is, right proportion of both will give you success definitely. Like working hard will give you success, but just working hard for the entire life, why do we actually, why do we hard work to enjoy the fruits of success? If we don't get it at the right time, then then what is the use of our hard work? It just goes in vain. So just smart moves in between would make it would take you to the where, place where you want. So that is all what we need to is success. So just the right proportion of both will do good.
Yeah, I think that's most people's answer. So, guys, if you are watching this, you can just comment your views as well. So we will go ahead and see that. So, what do you guys think? So we'll move on then. So you can work hard, but if you don't work smart, you will work for the rest of the life. So as you rightly said, the proportion matters a lot. So when you work hard, so let's take most people are working towards money and they go after money. So when you take a 9 to 5 job, Warren Buffett says if doesn't money doesn't work when you sleep, or when you don't get the money when you sleep, you will be working for the rest of your life, and that suits us very much. So when you
Yes.
don't work smart, you work for entire life, and you don't find the way of doing it in a smarter way. And there are a number of ways that you can be smart, but the time that you take to learn it. So let's take classical example. So I want to develop a shop, or I'm a retail customer who sells maybe fruits, let's take. So he has to learn the entire technology of building app. Let's take he's trying to promote his business, and he's trying to build an app for himself. So he has to put the effort and to learn the app development using Kotlin or Java. So and then he has to develop his. He knows the way, but he's not smart enough to give it to someone and do his job better. So his job is to promote the thing, and he is good at the handling fruits, but he's not an Android developer, and he doesn't have to spend his time on Android development. He can give it to some other freelancers, or some other guy who is expertise in developing apps, and that is the right way to do. And uh, and the rest of your life is uh, it's pretty difficult to use just the hard work, and then you go after smart work thing. So what do you think?
Yeah. So in that case, like in your scenario, he's ready to put in effort, but he doesn't know like where and when to put in effort, right? Like the next post would actually help us in this point. So effort is the baseline for everything. Like you want to achieve something, you put in effort, and you're ready to put in effort, but you do not know where and when to make it at the right time. Then it's of no use. So effort, like basically, effort is the basic thing.
Yeah. So we have a question, or he
Yeah.
he's asking like Aravind. So which one is better, smart work or hard work? So that's what we are trying to come up in the. You will get the answer in the conclusion thing. So when we wind up this session, you will get to know which one is better. So hold your question till that. Okay. So the next one, effort is important, but knowing where to make an effort makes all the difference. So what's your view on that?
Yeah, as I just say, like when and where to, like as per your example, at what point you make an effort is all that matters. You just keep putting effort, but you just work, continuously working for the rest of your life. It's the same thing. Like what do you like what's the end product? You if you keep
Yeah,
working on it. Yeah, like as a 9 to 5 job, like, and it's a hard working job. It will bore you eventually, but smart work doesn't bore you. That's a good thing about in this work is why you we work for success, but don't we all get bored to a regular job. But smart work doesn't have any fixed predefined pattern of job. It doesn't repeat every day. It keeps you fascinated. You
yeah,
don't like an approach, you take another one. If you don't like that approach, you take another one. It's okay to fail, because the time and effort you would have invested in it is less compared to the hard work. So if you fail at it, you it's acceptable. It's acceptable.
yeah.
It hurts, but it's acceptable to take another approach and to switch to another approach quickly. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you get the freedom of failing a number of times when you do
Correct.
hard work. you will
Yes.
end up wasting your entire time. So let's take your
Because
do
sorry,
something smart.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
no. You were right. The
Okay,
time, because
okay.
the effort you would have invested in it would be long. So it is hard to accept if you fail in hard work.
Yeah, that's no heartbreaking thing. So if you work
Correct.
on some kind of thing for year and year, and then you fail at it, and you'll get eventually frustrated on yourself, not on others, not on anything. You'll get frustrated on yourself, and there are certain people who has ended their life doing that. So that's hard work and smart work kind of play there. So classical example of smart work. What do you think?
Sorry, I'm not able to view it.
Yeah, can you see it now?
Okay, yeah, this
So
this picture is like, yeah, classic an example of smart work. Um, the cubes, right? Yeah, I read about it. It is like he makes a smart approach to move it faster. At that time, he would be better off than the other four people. So he can make many more such similar one to reach where what he want to. Like I read about it. It's like the client required 1,000 such cubes, but he made a quicker approach. He invested half of his time just chopping it off and to make a circle one, and then he reached to a point. So he would have also saved his energy to make it more compared to the other four people. So yeah.
yeah, you are taking a pass there. So when other people do some they push that, and then they go ahead before you. But you what you do is that you stay in the same place, and you do the smart thing of chopping that into a circle or a spear. So spear, and then you move ahead faster. So when you think that if you are moving slowly at start of the career maybe, so you think on after 5 years or 10 years, you don't have to initially be at the top. So you can be at the bottom, and then you eventually grow. You eventually start evolving yourself. And at this point in time, let's take there are a number of people ahead you, and you stop at somewhere, some point in career, and then think of what maybe my future like after 10 years, and then you work towards that. You don't think about the next upcoming event or next upcoming days. You think ahead of time. Let's take 10 years. 10 years from now on, what I'm going to do. So that is the kind of way or approach that you should have to make things smarter. So if you have any guys, if you're watching, so you can put your comments as well. We will discuss on that.
Yes,
Work
yes.
hard but smart. So this is what we were trying to tell you guys. Work no hard work is kind of thing that you should definitely take care of, but making it smarter is in the hands of there are a lot of people putting the same amount of work every day. Let's take when you go to a 9 to 5 job, there are thousands and thousands of people doing the same job, same work, but who's doing it smarter gets the reward. I think Ramya will be agreeing with that point.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, and finally, smart work and hard work with the help of hard work is what you achieve at the end, and that is called an achievement. So I think we'll wrap up with this. So last final thoughts of yours.
Yeah, like do it. It's just the same thing. Like you do it in an equal proportion, and knowing where and when to to do hard work plus smart work will definitely achieve success.
Yeah, I think the point where you put the smartness, where you put you cannot be smart everywhere, and you cannot do all the work by yourself. And trying to be smart is there may be a dangerous end to that. Trying to be smart everywhere is really it's challenging, and finding a smarter way of doing things is really difficult. And the laziest person eventually will find a smarter way of doing things since he is lazy. but a person who has in-depth knowledge on something will have another beautiful impact on the project that we are doing in. Let's take Bill Gates quotes is something that is acceptable, but it is pretty debatable. But the laziest person will do it quicker. But there is certain point where you should take some step back and then think on the project, or think on the thing that you are going to move ahead, and then decide what to do next. So we have a comment. So what's your view on the quote, over smartness always kills? Over smartness, yeah, as I said, over smartness is something that you don't have to be smart everywhere. As as I discussed earlier, you don't have to be smart everywhere. There are a number of times that you can be the normal guy, and you can do the job and go away. There is no way of getting people smarter every time. And there are certain areas which you are not expert of. Let's take, you are not expert of selling, sales and marketing, or you are not able to handle finance, and that is totally fine. You are not the expert of that, and you cannot be smart in there. You are a technology guy, you do a lot of tech stacks, but you are not familiar with the business thing and finance and sales and marketing. So you can, that is pretty much normal for a normal techie guy who doesn't know about sales and marketing or finance, or there are a number of operations manager, and there are a number of places where you cannot be smarted. So over smartness is always a problem, and you cannot be smart everywhere. So
Yes,
another
showing smartness is only when you know a subject. Like you cannot be smart everywhere, like in every aspect. Only you know it depth, only then you can show smartness there.
yeah. So we have another comment. So Manoj Kumar. So if you are doing a individual smart work, will definitely make some manner. But how can we work smart when we are within a team? So within a team, if you are trying to be smart, so you should be visible. You should be visible. You should be different from others. So rest of the others, or if you are among 10, let's take, if you do a job which nobody else does, in a single team, you don't have to develop next Microsoft, or you don't have to develop something new. You don't have to come up with a crazy idea. But when you are in a team, just it is very easy to be kicked out. There are the competition is very heavy, that you will be kicked out at some point. There is always someone who is smarter than you, who knows more than you, who is more knowledgeable than you. So there is always this balance that you have, and always keep pushing it. When you are in a team, that is the only way to go ahead. When you are in a team, let's take, you are given given an assignment. It takes the entire team knows that it takes 10 or it takes a week to complete. You are doing it within 3 to 4 days, let's take. Then many will be asking, or many will be inquiring you that how you have achieved it. So that time you are visible to some extent. So that is the kind of visibility that you have to create within a team to be visible, and then you will be the smartest guy out there, and you will definitely be individual who shines. And many people will look for those kind of people to develop the company. So I think that kind of answers it. And what's your view on that?
Yeah, rightly said, Santosh. Like you outshine in a team. Like yeah, you how quickly you do, or how which different approach you take is how you outshine in a team. Yeah, you rightly said it.
Yeah, fine then. So if you have any comments, guys, please post it, or then we will wind up. So, final thoughts, and then we will wind this up. So, I hope you got some idea of what to do in a smart environment, and what not to do in. You don't have to be smart in every situation. We are keep on insisting on that, and pretty much it. And you do the smart work, you do the hard work, and you achieve success. So that's the straightforward way of doing things. So thank you guys for joining in, and we will see you in the next week. Bye, guys. Take care.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining.